What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. All right, so last night the Oklahoma City Thunder defeated the Portland Trailblazers. I think it was 122 to 96, I think it was. And that avenges the lone loss that the Thunder have this season. They start off the season 8-0, lost to Portland, and has since then reeled off 9 consecutive victories. Shai Alexander had 37 points in 3 quarters. The way they're beating teams, Shai is getting his points in 3 quarters and resting the 4th quarter. Matter of fact, a lot of their starters are resting a lot of the 4th quarter. I did a video the other day saying that I thought that this team is even, at least right now, from what I've seen, they are even more dominant than the 2016 Warriors, who went 73-9. And a lot of Warrior fans, a lot of Curry fans are irate that I said that, but it's a reason why I said that. I understand that Warriors team started the season 24-0. I'm very aware of that. That's the best start in NBA history, the best record in NBA history. But, Ron Harper once said something too that's true, and that is, it don't mean a thing if you ain't got that ring. Like, nobody remembers the 68 win Celtic team from 73. Why? Because, John Havlicek got hurt in the playoffs, and that ruined their chances against the Knicks, who eventually won the championship. So, while the Warriors of that year were a great team with the best record, they didn't win the championship. Now, of course, the Thunder might screw up and not win a title this year. Then all of this is for naught. But they do have the second best 18-game start in NBA history. And Shai Alexander last night, by scoring 37 points, had his 90th consecutive game of 20 points or more, which puts him behind Wilt Chamberlain for the second longest streak in NBA history. The longest streak belongs to Wilt Chamberlain, who did it, I think, like 123 consecutive games, something like that. And to be honest with you, Wilt could have did it longer than that too. He willingly decided to change his game for what was to be the betterment for the team as far as their chances of winning. But going back to this Thunder team, man, they're winning right now by an average. I'm not saying it's going to sustain, but right now, it's a little bit of a sample size now. It ain't like 1 or 2 games. I'm talking about 18 games of the season. The Thunder are winning by an average of 16.9 points per game. That is far and away the greatest point differential in NBA history. And I'm taking into account inflation, scoring, and all that. It's still, to be winning games in the NBA by an average of 17 points a night through almost 20 games is historic. I don't care if Warrior fans don't like it. This team may be even more dominant than the Warriors. Another reason why I say that is because, and you all remember this, one of the things we complained about back then was parity. Oh man, you could pencil in the Warriors and Cavaliers in the finals for four consecutive years. Well, there's a lot more parity today. You got the Rockets out there, right? In the Western Conference. You got the Nuggets out there, right? The Lakers. Although I think they're kind of like a step below, they're still out there, right? And you never know what can happen. The Timberwolves could turn things around. The Warriors never had 4 teams in the Western Conference that were real threats to them. And the one team that was a threat to them, if you want to call it that I can think of, was that Rockets team led by the blundering James Harden. You know what I'm saying? So we need to appreciate what they're doing right now, man. And they're doing all this still, if I'm not mistaken, without Jalen Williams. So this is very, very historic what they're doing, man. And like I said, I see some Warrior fans, some man, the teams they're playing are not that great. Like, shut up, okay? Y'all don't get a chance to say that. And I respect Steph Curry and all that, but stop acting like y'all was beating world beaters. Stop acting like y'all was beating world beaters. The one damn team that y'all was playing against that was any competition was Cleveland every year. I've never seen a team since the Bulls this dominant. I've never seen a team since well, you know what? I take that back. I've never seen a team this dominant since Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Since Kobe and Shaq Lakers. That's the last time I looked at that team was like, yeah, ain't nobody beating that team. Even with the Warriors, you never know. Shots might not fall on any given night. Clay and Steph could have a couple of bad nights, you know. James Harden might go off and do something. Chris Paul might stay healthy and do something. But yeah, this is the most dominant team I've seen since Kobe and Shaq. And on the defensive end, this is the most dominant team I've seen since the Jordan and Pippen Bulls. So if you're making these types of comparisons, people can like it or lump it, take it up the road and shove it. But at the end of the day, I'm just speaking from like my honest opinion. You know, I'm not catering when I'm saying this. And I know, like, if they lose, y'all gonna be trolling and all that shit. Well, whatever, man. It is what it is. But the Thunder are not being appreciated. And, you know, that comes from the fact that people are not really NBA fans. They're fans of a particular player. They're not really fans of the product. And yeah, you're supposed to root for a team, but you still should appreciate what other guys are doing. You know what I'm saying? And just want to come on here and just give this guy a props, man. And Shai, you know, he's right now not leading the league in scoring. Right now it's Luka. I'm gonna tell you another thing about Shai. If he really wanted to, he could lead the league in scoring, but he's not forcing things. Right now, they're so good that he's not really playing a lot of the 4 quarters. So he's missing stats. He's missing points. But that's not important because all of this built-in extra rest, you want to call it, it will be beneficial to him down the road. You know, it's sort of like the opposite of what's going on with Milwaukee, when a lot of times guys like Giannis got to play so many extra minutes because when he goes to the bench, Milwaukee loses their lead. Kind of reminds me of Russell Westbrook when he was with the Thunder. Russ would do what he's doing, and the Thunder have a 9-point lead going to bench. Next thing you know, the Thunder down by 10. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.